Hello everyone, this is JD. Welcome back, or welcome, to The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. The game that I will forever keep coming back to, because everything else I play is a disappointment. Okay, that's not true. But this game means a lot to me. Back when I did stuff on my own channel, I played through this game twice in the very way that I'm going to be playing it on this channel. I started my channel with the challenge, and then I redid it many years later, which was kind of an end to my channel. I also played Master Quest somewhere between that time. And now I'm going to redo the Minimalist challenge. Let's see. That was the 24, but the one run version. That was the 100% version I did on the channel. So this is the third time I'm going to be playing this on the channel. Here's the first time I played it, and then the second time, which was a like 12, 16, something like that, 16-hour stream. I can't remember how long it was, but it was a very long stream where I just played from beginning to end. I didn't do 100% everything, obviously. But... Alright, well, much like the first and second time I did this challenge, we're going to be calling myself 3 Hearts, 3 dash Hearts. This should go okay. I'm fairly experienced when it comes to playing this game, and in this way of playing it. So, to recap, or to explain this challenge's rule set. A minimalist challenge. Obviously, or maybe that's not obvious, I will be starting and ending the game with a maximum of 3 heart containers. In other words, I'm not picking up any heart containers at all. I'm not going to be extending my life force. Second of all, no bonus pickups. This includes items like the ice arrows. It includes Deku Nuts, which is going to be really upsetting because those are quite possibly the best item in this game. They are used for so many encounters, but no Deku Nuts, no heart pieces, no additional songs, no Epona. That's gonna be fun. Trying to think of stuff off the top of my head. No magic beans, stuff like that. So it's bare minimum. No upgrades, so no quiver upgrades, no bomb bag upgrades, no slingshot pellet upgrades, nothing. No capacity upgrades at all. We're going to be roughing it. And that also means we will not be obtaining the Bigoron Sword, nor the Giant's Knife, which, aside from the few times I played it when I was a young boy, and was renting the game from the video game rental store, and was just messing around the save file, that's the only time I use the Giant's Knife. Nothing with that. We'll be sticking with the Master Sword. And there will be no Hylian Shield, because the Hylian Shield is not required to beat the game, just the Kokiri Shield and the Mirror Shield. If I happen to lose the Kokiri Shield during this playthrough, so be it. If I lose it, I lose it. If I don't lose it, then it's whatever. It's free. Because you technically need it to at least beat the game a little bit. Bottle. Let's talk about how the bottle is going to work. Previously, I'd used the one ball that's required to hold a fairy. I don't think I'm going to do it this time. The bottle will remain empty, or rather, it will just not have a fairy in it, because there's no point in using a red or, well, a red potion. Blue potion restore magic. I will not be getting potions either. No milk. Just whatever the game requires of me, which means getting blue fire is going to be a real pain in the tuchus when we get to the ice cavern. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Obviously, we're not going after gold Skulltulas. Yeah, it's gonna be great. Where this game gets really tough for me is at the Forest Temple, when I must deal with the Stalfos. That is the hardest part for me when it comes, or rather, the first hurdle. Not the hardest part. The hardest part will be Bongo Bongo. For personal reasons, not for difficulty reasons. Though Bongo Bongo in my very first run was quite difficult. I'd argue he was more difficult than Ganon. Alright, we need 40 rupees. I'll try to avoid standing rupees, even though that just kind of means that'll mean that there is more time to grind rupees. But no standing rupees. We'll kind of apply that rule of if it's right there and it's technically pick upable and it cannot be re-obtained, then we're not going to, you know, bother. Lens of Truth. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to handle that, because you technically don't need the Lens of Truth. That's the funny thing about it. You don't actually need it to progress the game. However, if you do not have the Ghost Path memorized, you'll need it. Which means I'm going to need to memorize the path, or look up a guide. And that also means I'm going to have to deal with Bongo Bongo differently as well. Is there anything else I need to cover? I don't think there is. I mean, as stuff comes up, we'll talk about it as it comes up if need be. Man, I'm so upset. No Deku Nuts. That's real sad for me. Now let's go ahead and get my sword. I've been dilly-dallying a little too much over there trying to get rupees. Let's see. We're gonna not get the sign rupees either, because those are technically standing. They don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't respawn, but if they do, I've never bothered to find out. So we're just going to, we are going to avoid it. Alright. Skillfully avoided. And now we have our Kokiri sword, which we'll be holding on to for the whole game, because you have to. I mean, if you've never played this game before, there you go. This is the only sword you can use as a kid. Unless you're carrying Deku Sticks, which we can use those, at least. That's nice. They are a required pickup, but we will not be able to increase our carrying capacity for them. So, sad days. I did not mean to talk to you. My bad. Alright. Well, this video shouldn't be too long. I plan to make sure the dungeons and temples are their own video, just like how I had it in, I think, the last time I played this game on this channel. I thought about doing a part 1, part 2 for the temples, because of their technical length being around an hour-ish. That's just like a general rounding of how long it takes. But I'm thinking I'll just make the temples, the adult temples, their own video. The only relief I have when it comes to this challenge is that below the... No, wait. We're not even going to be doing below the well. No, the rupee's gone. Why? We're not going to be doing below the well because of the Lens of Truth being not required. But if we did need to get the Lens of Truth, we would just go right to Dead Hand and kill it, and then we leave. It would be a very, very short trip. But we don't even get to walk through there for a few minutes, so it'll just be straight on. Rupee, please. Thank you. Alright, 2 more grinding of rupees, then we can talk to Deku Tree and we'll call it a wrap. Because there's not much going on in this episode. It's just me rambling. Although we're at 10 minutes already. How'd that happen? Just do another back forth. In fact, I'll just go ahead and respawn in that house and back out so I can make my way to the shop. And pick up the shield, get past Mito, and sit through dialogue. I would say this is like, oh, this is like easy stuff to do. This challenge is still gonna be rough for me because I'm still not, I'm not good at video games in general, but it's okay. I wish I was playing the Redux ROM, but I'm not. I'm playing the NSO because it's just easier for me to do. Because I can pick up whenever I need to. It's on the Switch, so why would I bother? You know. There we go. That's gonna be my loadout for a while, and then Adult Link will be very much lacking in the shield department. Yes, yes, Mito, we already know. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. I have those and a fairy. Let me be, child. Please. Even with all that stuff, a wimp is still a wimp. You're almost a grown man, yet you still refuse to go anywhere without Zelda. I think I butchered that wording, but that is something akin to what Guru says in Skyward Sword, which I should make a video on at some point, or a series of videos, I should say. And then, as far as this challenge goes, like, I'm not gonna be worrying about, like, talking to people or reading dialogue out loud. I'll probably just be talking over it, just getting my thoughts out. Or I might just... Nah, well, we'll leave the in-betweens. I don't want to set the precedent of only having dungeons temples for the Minimalist challenge, because there might be stuff the in-between that could be a problem. Usually there's not, but better to just leave it in than to not. Okay. Thou must aid 3 hearts. Yes, thank you, Great Deku Tree. I'm aware. Alright. Well. Cool beans. Well, that is gonna be it for the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. And we'll see you in the next one.